All right, guys. So we are here with Brian Gomez, and let's just get it started.
Cool.
He tear the flow up on the dance floor. He a beast. Introduce the world to my homie Salsa. Steve, good times, good vibes, traveling. Yeah, that's right. Make sure that you tune in before he's on the next flight. Hey, he doing what he want like a boss, and he ain't got a stunt, homie, dripping with the sauce. You looking for a good time? This is what you want. Subscribe, hit the like. Now it's time to wild out. Hey, my homie Salsa, Steve. Let's go. Hey, my homie Salsa, Steve.
All right, man.
Yeah.
All right, we already started talking a lot. I think I already found out
Yeah,
a lot about
you're
you.
good. Yeah.
So let's go back to the beginning.
Okay, cool.
Let's go back to first dance class.
Oh, actually, I had just got divorced, right? And I just got divorced, and I had a daughter, and she was about 1.5, maybe 2. And I was like going to the clubs every once in a while, and I was like, man, I'm just out here drinking, right? Like I'm not really doing anything, not really meeting too many people.
Good time, man.
Yeah, and so
Sometimes too good of a time.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I was
bit.
just drinking and not really meeting too many people, and I was kind of getting just bored, right? And a friend of mine, Dora, she's like, "Hey, let's go out dancing to Arjan's," and I was like, "I don't do salsa, man. I'm from San Antonio, right? I do country, I do tejano, norteño, like cumbia. Like I grew up in San Antonio,
Nice.
and so I was like, I don't know nothing about salsa dancing, so but I'll go. Cool. I went out there, and of course, when you're not in the scene and you walk into Arjan's and you see everybody dancing, the music, and everybody having a good time, and like, wow, this is different. And so I liked it, had a good time. I was like, yo, this is fun. I want to learn this stuff. And she goes, yo, my friend Lee, he just opened up a studio. He had just opened up the one on 281.
Starcrest?
Starcrest, yeah. He just opened that one up. And I said, I think I know that guy Lee. He used to date a friend of mine when we were like 18, 19.
Okay.
And the Puerto Ricans, it's a small community back then, and they used to, or all the Latin people, but mostly it was some Puerto Ricans. They had got together and they were like, they would do house parties all the time. And this friend of mine, she's like, come to this house party, and I checked it out. And I was like 19, and I saw Lee dancing, and I was like, hey, that guy's good, man. He's a stud, right?
That's funny.
So anyway, they had a good time, and then I guess, 10 years later, I go, I think I know that guy. And so she took me to the studio the next week, and that's it. I saw him, and I was like, yo, what's up, bro? How you been? He has a studio. And I was like, wow, that's cool vibe. And they had just started it. I mean, the floors weren't even done yet. Nothing was finished. I was like, this is kind of cool, man. It's a new thing or whatever. So that's it. I started taking dance classes. And then I took a boot camp. And then I did a bachata boot camp with Kenny Del Toro, who's now in the Valley. So that's it, man. I just kind of started with Seminole. That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's Starcrest. That's like the second time I heard about that.
Yeah, there's not too many people that have been here since like before Starcrest. So a lot of the people that are in the scene are usually going to be from Starcrest, but they're still, you'll see every once in a while the old school, like the originators of like the community of San Antonio. They're from the Seminole group, and they're from the one that's even before Starcrest. So
Oh, wow.
I would say I'm like the second generation, kind of like maybe third generation. Lee obviously is kind of the first guy, and then all his kind of crew kind of started everything that goes on in San Antonio.
Oh,
So,
wow. Okay.
yeah, man. So
he's like part of Texas.
oh yeah,
history.
he's the pioneer. I always say he's the pioneer, bro. There's
Yeah.
a few in Texas, but as far as San Antonio, he's the pioneer of everything that why we do what we do. So we always got to be thankful for that dude.
Yo, I've been trying to get him in here, but he's a busy dude.
Okay. I got something going on in Austin. I'm trying to get a hold of him.
He's a busy dude, man. He's like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over there. No, man, something came up. He's
Yeah.
like, yo, can you come over today? He's like, no, man, come over tomorrow.
Yeah,
I can't do it
man.
tomorrow, bro.
Nah, I mean, the best thing, like I said, get yourself mobile, get a thing, and go meet him, bro. That's the best way, because he's a busy man, and for the right reasons, man. He's doing a lot in San Antonio, so
Yeah. All right.
what is it?
So
So that's the start, bro.
okay.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your background, or
Okay.
whatever you're comfortable.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll keep on with dance. So from that point, what I did was we danced on the dance team together. And a funny story. So Chris Niven, I saw you had him on the podcast.
Yeah.
I was hoping he'd tell the story.
Were you on that team?
Yeah. So
Oh,
what
that's
happened
right.
was
Okay.
Chris had just started, I guess, on their Mayun Bed team, was kind of their semi-pro, almost pro team. And I had just started dance classes with Thalia Vasquez. She moved over to Houston, and she has a studio with Oscar now. And I just took a class with her, the boot camp. First class, first dance step, Thalia, right? And then I took a little break because I was like, I don't know, this is my thing really. And so I would come kind of in and out, whatever. And I came back, and my friend of mine was like, "Hey, we're gonna go to the Aventura cruise," and I was like, "I don't know what's that?
Yo,
what's the Aventura cruise, bro?
yo.
This was like the third, maybe the second year Aventura cruise.
Bro, Aventura cruise. That's some next level
Oh
party,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah. You gotta be a seasoned veteran to go on that.
You gotta go in there armed and ready, dude.
Yeah. So this is my thing. It was the first year. It was the second year, third year, and it was. Aventura used to be a part of just a cruise. It wasn't exclusive. It wasn't its own cruise.
Okay.
So you'd be in there with like families and like other people that were not part of the group.
Okay, that's funny.
But I was like, all right, I know a little bit of dance. I mean, I guess I'm okay. And I told Lee, yo, I want to go on this cruise. He's like, yeah, you're gonna have a good time. I was like, bro, I don't really know how to dance yet. Don't worry about it. Just come. All right, cool. So a friend of mine, Jesse, he goes, I got an extra ticket. Just get your flight. So I go to the cruise. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to meet some people. Cool, having a good time, whatever. And this girl, Kat, she's like, hey, let's go watch the shows. I was like, what shows? What do you mean? I don't see no shows. Like, I'm trying to be here and meet some people.
Yeah.
I'm trying to party, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, let's just go watch the shows. All right, so I go watch the shows. And I remember Eric Baez from Florida. He had UMDA. Man, he had this routine. I was like, because I had seen a lot of dancers, and I was just kind of, it's not my thing.
Yeah.
It was a little soft for me, and I like I said, I come from machismo, San Antonio, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. But I saw Eric, and Eric was smooth. This dude had so much flavor, so much, and I was like, I could mess with that, right? I could do that.
Dude, I get your feeling a lot of times. Because sometimes, dude, you know what I really hate is salsa outfits, dude.
There you go.
Dude, bro, dude, my dad's the most macho dude you know, bro. You tell him I'm dancing, you know, you see him in this flowery outfit, bro. Hey, gosh, dude.
I mean,
outfits.
I get you. Dude. I mean, I can appreciate it, but it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing.
Exactly.
So I saw him, and he had a nice 3-piece suit on, nice like a tie, top hat. I mean, he looked smooth. He had those white and black Mambo shoes.
Oh, man.
I mean, I was like, okay, I like this. So I followed him a little bit, and then I told Lee, I was like, yo, that guy Eric. He's like, oh, let me introduce you. I met him, and then he's like, there's gonna be more shows tomorrow. So I partied all night, partied all day, and I went to the shows, and Mayum Bear performed. So it's Chris Niven, and then I saw Thalia.
Oh, okay.
And I saw them. I was like, I know that guy. I was like, and I danced with that girl.
Okay.
And they were out there like going all out. I mean, they were awesome. And I was like, bro, I told Lee, as soon as their performance,
like throwing down on the shit.
Yo, they were doing some good stuff back
Oh.
then. And I was like, yo, Lee, I want to do that. And he's like, yo, you don't even know your basic step. Like, he's like,
he told you this?
Yeah, he's like, Lee's real. Lee was like,
bro, let's go over here.
And this is his, I'm looking at the team, bro, and I'm like, I want to do that. Nah.
Bro, hey, 2 months.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to be doing right there,
I
bro.
told him literally, I said, bro, I want to be on the team. He's like, all right, well, we have this tryout for this student team, but we already had the tryout, so you're going to have to wait till the next season. I'm like, no. I don't want to be on your student team. I want to be on that team.
Oh,
and so he's like, bro, you
that's not how this works, bro. There's levels to this shit.
And I'm just some dude that's just like, I have no idea. I don't know nothing.
Exactly.
I'm like, all right, cool. So I come to the classes. I'm like, I'm going to take classes, bro, and I'm going to be on the team. So I take classes.
You're like determined.
I'm determined,
yo,
right?
I'm going to do this, yo.
So then I go to the class, and then I show up to their classes. I do classes. I tell Lee, yo, when's your student team? Like, when's that practice? They're like, it's on Thursday, but we already have the team. You have to wait till tryouts. No. I want to be on the team right now. No, you got to wait. All right, cool. The next week I come by. Bro, I want to be on the team. I'm going to show up. He's like, you can't be on the team. And luckily, Brenda, his wife at the team, she goes, Lee, just let him be on the team. He's not going to make it. He's going to fall. He's not going to know what he's doing, and he'll quit. Okay. So just let him be on the damn team.
That's funny.
I was like, cool. I'll be on the team. So he goes in. I go out trial. And he goes, all right, you got to learn everything. You got to catch up to everything that we've done in 2 weeks. So he had about maybe 4 or 5 8 counts of footwork.
Okay.
And he had about maybe 4 or 8 counts of just partner work. And so he goes, if you learn that in 2 weeks and you catch up, I'll let you be on the team. All right, cool. I'm in. Cool. I go in there, bro. I go in there, and we do a simple, just a 360 turn, and I am lost. So, and then he does his footwork, and I'm like, looking at everybody. I'm lost, bro. So I record everything. And I just go home. I start practicing. Every day I practice. 2 weeks, bro. 2 weeks. He calls me out, Brian. And he calls me out, puts me with one of the girls that kind of knows it. So she kind of backletted a lot because I was kind of lost.
Okay.
And I do it and I get through it. And he's like, all right, it's footwork. So I do the footwork. oh, bro, everybody's watching too, and I'm just doing the footwork. And he's like, all right, cool. So he let me be on the team.
Okay, cool.
So let me be on the team. I go do that. I perform. My first performance 3 months later. But I still tell him at the end of it, I'm like, bro, but I want to be on the other team.
Okay.
And so
this is still the student team.
I'm still a student team. I'm like, bro, but how do I get on that team? He's like, bro, you got to be on the student team. Next year there's a tryout, blah, blah. Because at seminary you used to have to try out to be on like from student to like semi-pro to pro or whatever.
Gotcha.
So I said, all right, I'm just going to show up to practice. Mm-hmm. So I show up to practice. And that's where I met Danielle. So I meet Jessica. Jessica and Danielle are on the pro team on that seminar, on that Menu Bed team with Chris. Mm-hmm. And I start talking to Jessica. She's really cute. And I'm like, yo, what's up, girl? Like, Jessica Garcia. She doesn't dance.
Who are the people on this team? Now I need to know. So I'm going to get them all on here. I want to hear all their stories.
Yo, so Jessica Garcia lives now in Houston. Okay. Danielle De Leon, obviously you got to get her on the podcast. She's the one I said she's my best friend. She lives in Orlando now.
Oh, okay.
I'll see if I can get you to help her get her on the podcast.
Gotcha.
Esteban, he's not Esteban Cardenas, I think it is. No, Esteban. I don't know his last name. I forgot his last name. Esteban and Raul and Chris and Talia. So they're still out in the scene. Raul Tejeda, Esteban Guerra, Talia Vasquez.
What was Raul's last name?
Raul Tejeda, and Chris Niven. So that's the crew right there. So they're still around. Like, ask about these people and they'll point you out. They're around. Everybody's still around. But Talia's still the only one that really is doing a big thing. Everybody else, we're kind of off doing our own whatever stuff or whatever. So we're on this team. I see Jessica. She's cute. And I'm like, yo, I start trying to talk to her, trying to rap to her. And so we start kind of going, yeah, that's what we do, right? I mean, come on, man. Hey, we gotta be real.
I see that.
Yo,
I need to be on that team. I get to her, yo.
And the funny thing is, I really just wanted to be on the team, but I saw who was practicing. I was like, yo, she kind of cute. So then she introduces me to Danielle.
Yeah, we got some people on the Twitch, on the
Twitch, live chat. Yeah. They say about my stories, man.
Yeah, they say what's up to you, man.
Yo, that's cool.
I wonder who Bulldog 1992 is.
I have no idea. Probably all these dudes, these old school dancers that I'm talking about.
No, bro, it wasn't.
So anyway,
bro, it's Niven.
Yeah, he's like, tell them about the time I taught you that dance. So she starts teaching me. So I'm like, yo, I really want to be on this team. So I go to practice. And I'm just watching. I'm like, oh, what are they doing? Okay, this, that. And then I start talking to Jessica. Me and her kind of start going out. Mm-hmm. And so she starts kind of helping me, right?
Okay.
And then Danielle's an amazing dancer. Danielle danced with Yamule. Danielle's danced around the country. Danielle's like a phenomenal girl. But at the time, she was only like a 19-year-old kid. Phenomenal, but she was a 19-year-old kid. Mm-hmm. And she's like bashing me. She's like, you're no good. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's not even the way you do it. I'm like, all right, well, then show me. So she showed me. So we end up... That's my best friend. She's my best friend to this day. But she showed me, and Jessica Garcia showed me kind of the routine.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, all right, cool. So I go to practice. I'm learning. So then I don't know what happens, but everybody starts to either get injured, or people break up, or people leave the team, or people it just starts to fade away little by little, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think Raul or Esteban, one of them got hurt. And so there's only 3 guys. And he's like, what do we do? He's like, and I'm over there in the seats. I'm like, yo, put me in coach. Put me in coach. All right. I'll be ready. I've been studying. And so Lee's like, and so I'm still on the student team, but I'm going to the practices just on the side because I'm dating Jessica at the time. So I'm like, I'm just here watching my girlfriend, whatever.
Yeah.
So he's like, God, all right, cool. Come on here. Come on, we practice. We started practicing. It's intense, bro. It's like a level that I wasn't ready for. But I started practicing. Coco Gunn, also, she was on that team. She helped me a lot. They all just kind of helped me and really, really got me ready. And he was like, you're just gonna fill in as soon as Raul and Esteban back. They're gonna do the routine. Like, you're just a backup. Like, you're not doing that. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm doing this. I'm doing it, right? And like, hey, coming back. So, long story short, man, I ended up doing it, and we end up going back to Aventura the next year, and it's just me and Chris, Talia, and Jessica, and we do the routine.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, we did it as a team, all 4 of us, and I mean, I'll send you the links. It's a great, man, that's probably one of the best teams that we've seen in Texas, I think. It was a great team. I mean, he put together a good routine. It's a great song.
I'm gonna put it down in the description box.
Yeah. I'll put the link. All 4 of us performed. It's called Mayumbe. And then we did the cruise. I went back to Aventura the next year and then did on the cruise, and that was it. That was kind of my salsa journey. And then shortly after that is when I met Ataca from Island Touch, and I started running the Island Touch stuff. So.
Oh yeah, tell us about that. Yeah.
So that story was, I started getting real into it, right? Like, as you know, like once you get in, and you're like, oh man, I love this thing. I want to travel. I want to dance and stuff, right?
It just becomes a part of your soul, dude.
Right?
It just bonds.
You're up till 2, 3 in the morning. You go to work, and then you go to practice.
Yeah,
right.
I've been doing it for so long now. It's just who I am now. It's like I'm up till just like I said, till 2, 3.
Yeah.
You get them tacos at 3 o'clock. You're out there doing your thing, and you tired. You're so tired, but you so tired.
Yeah.
You just go to work, do your thing, whatever you got, and then you go back to it.
Yeah,
bro.
it's an addiction. It's
Dude,
an addiction.
At least a good addiction, dude.
Hey,
that's the one reason I always promote it.
Oh yeah,
anything,
for sure.
It's like, dude, this is better than anything I could think of.
Oh, for sure. So so the story with that is, I started traveling a little bit with Lee, because I was like, hey Lee, I want to go to travel these places, but I don't know anything. Like, I don't know anybody, I don't know anything, but I know you travel. And at the time, he was traveling a lot with Georgette and with Troy.
Oh, yeah.
And the girl I was dating, Jessica, was one of their partners as well. So I was like, all right, cool, I'll go and I'll hang out with you guys. And there was Vancouver. They went to perform in Vancouver. And I looked up on YouTube. I was like, how'd it go in Vancouver? And it was Troy and Lee. He's like, oh, Vancouver was a bomb. It was cool, whatever. You look it up on YouTube. There's a video. I look up Vancouver Salsa Festival or whatever it was, and the first thing that comes up is Ataca La Mana doing a demo, and it had a bald head, and I couldn't really see in the little thumbnail. So I'm like, oh, that's probably Lee, and I clicked on it. It wasn't Lee, but it's Ataca dancing with Tanya.
Gotcha.
I'm like, yo, who's this dude? I mean, I liked bachata.
Is this like when they first came out?
Oh yeah, this is probably like a year in, maybe 2 years.
Like that one song was it?
Texaño
by Extreme.
Texaño.
Yeah, dude.
So this is maybe a couple years after
Ultra
that.
viral.
Oh yeah, that's probably the first. I feel at least in my knowledge, it's the first like salsa song or bachata song that went viral, like as a performance. So I see them. I'm like, who's this dude? Like, I had no idea. They were new. They were fresh. I was like, who's this guy? Whatever. And Lee's like, oh, it's my boy George. Like, he's a really good dancer, whatever. And I'm like, and I used to like bachata. Like, Robert Lay. Robert Lay had a partner at the Aventura cruise, and man, I fell in love with bachata. I was like, I love bachata. Yo, but when I saw George,
you were wearing the sheet, the t-shirts,
I was
the
ready.
back chata,
I was ready.
Butt chata.
I was in the bachata room.
Yo, I need a girl with a bodysuit right now, bro.
Bring them out. Where they all at? Yeah. So I said, you know what, man? I was like, I like this guy's dance. Like, that's bachata. George did bachata different than I had ever seen.
George?
Ataca.
Oh.
So he did.
I didn't realize that was.
Yes, he's George Burgos. So that's George Burgos. So George Burgos. Ataca did bachata in a way that looked like it wasn't just side to side stuff, right?
Yeah.
He did like kind of salsa patterns, and he turned direction. He had a delay turn. Like, it was just, it's a different level, right? So I said, yo, I want to meet this guy, man. Like, I want to meet that guy. And he's like, all right, well, we're gonna go to Orlando. Come with us. I mean, you can meet him there. So,
because he is a Florida.
Yeah, he's
Florida
from Tampa.
Right?
He's
Tampa.
from Tampa. So I go to them to Orlando.
Sorry for cutting you off.
No, you're good.
So we were talking about Ataca, and you were meeting them in Orlando.
Yeah, so we go to Orlando, and we get there. I'm with Lee, and I go with Troy, and a bunch of people go out there. Danielle goes out there.
Okay, tell sorry for cutting
you off.
No, go. Troy, how does Troy fall in the picture? He used to live here or something? Or?
So at the time, I believe this is a story that I remember. I think they were in New Orleans, Troy and Georgette.
Oh, okay.
And when Katrina happened, they got relocated to Houston. And then we got to Houston, he kind of started to create a scene over there, and then he started to travel over outside of into the Texas area. And then Lee linked up with him because I don't know the reason they linked up, but I know that they performed together, and it looked good because they kind of looked the same. They kind of had the bald head, and they had the costumes together, so they kind of looked like twins almost.
Okay.
So it just looked good on stage.
So Lee always had a bald head.
Oh yeah. Always. That dude.
He's never had hair.
No,
he was born.
I mean, since I've known him. I mean, I don't know how he came out, but he's always been bald to me.
That's funny.
But he definitely, they just kind of made a good partnership or whatever. And then I think Lee would help dance with Georgette because that was Troy's wife at the time. And so Troy's just been real influential as well in the Texas community.
Georgette's like the bachata queen, right?
Bachata and bachata for sure.
Okay, gotcha.
So he's just been another pioneer around the world. I mean, Troy started a lot of stuff that if he had not done it, like the DVD sales that he did, like that changed into like social media stuff that we do now. Like he's definitely a pioneer of kind of what we've done in the dance scene. So you got to give it up to that dude. But that's how I met Troy, and that's how I started traveling with him. And we went to Orlando, and I remember Ataca walks in, man, and I'm just like, I'm fangirling.
In Orlando,
I'm fangirling. I'm like, yo, I'm telling Lee, Lee's talking to some girl or some guy, I don't know who he's talking to. I'm like, yo, Lee, there he is. He's like, what? Chill out, bro.
You run over there.
Get out my way, girl. Right here. Tis again, man. I'm new in the scene. I'm still like maybe a year or two in. I'm new. Bro. I'm a baby, bro.
Dude, man, you gotta love those moments when you feel like a little kid in a candy store, bro.
I thought I saw Michael Jordan.
Yeah, bro. Like first 2 years in, bro, you're like 100% in. You're like, man, this is cool.
Yeah,
this is cool. Oh my God, we're all dancing.
Yeah,
we're wearing cool outfits. Oh, I get to wear a hat
for sure. And I'm like, oh, that's Georgette. There's Troy. Oh my God, like you freaking out at these characters because these are like salsa artists, right?
You see them on YouTube.
Yo, you see, that's exactly sometimes like that's the guy I saw on YouTube. Like I'm excited, bro. Yeah, I'm hyped. And so he's like, chill out, bro. Like we're gonna meet him. Chill out. Yeah. So he comes over, and a little while he comes over. He's like, hey, what's up, Lee? What's up? Getting hot. Troy, what's going on? Whatever. And we're gonna party later. And then he leaves, and I'm like, bro, that was it. I want to be more, man. I'm looking at Lee. I'm like, Lee, bro. Like this is the reason I came here,
dude.
So then,
you're like, that's all I thought you gave me.
I'm just waiting. I'm like, where's my introduction? He takes off, man. So I'm there, and I'm like, yo, I was my time to get an introduction, and he like totally like disses me, right?
Yeah.
Lee's like, I'm like, Lee, what, bro? That was my chance, bro. Like that was my chance to meet him.
Yeah.
So then he takes off and he goes and does his thing, and I go take the classes, I do whatever, and I tell Lee, like, bro, I want to meet him. Like, what's he? He's like, all right, cool. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna do a party that for us. So we go out, man, and we get to the hotel room late at night, and we're laying down. It's about 2 in the morning. I'm like, oh man, he's not gonna text, man. So then Lee's like, yo, chill out, relax. He'll text, whatever. So I'm sitting there chilling, whatever, and then Lee finally says, yo, got a text. After party, cool. I get ready. I'm ready. I'm hyped. I'm like, I'm gonna go meet Ataca. We're gonna go do our thing. I get to the after party, and the guy's like, Ataca's like, yo, Lee's like, hey man, it's my boy Brian. He's a big fan. Blah blah blah. And he's like, hey, what's up, man? So we say what's going on. I was like, man, I saw your video, Vancouver, man, you're legit, whatever. He's like, yeah, man, cool. Had some drinks here, whatever. I'm like, yeah, cool, man. I grab a drink, and I'm just hanging with him. I'm like, yo, where you going? What we do next? And this guy's like, what? So
relax.
He starts talking, yeah. So I'm like I said, I'm fangirling, right? So then he says, so we start talking, man, and so it turns out he played baseball in college.
Okay.
And I played baseball, so we start talking about positions. I'm like, I played second base. He played second base. And so we start talking about ball. We start talking about college. We start. His partner Rudy Tigre, he was a vice president at I think it was Washington Mutual before they got bought out by Wells Fargo. And so he was a businessman in banking, and that's what I do. I'm like, oh, that's what I do. I'm in banking too. So it's kind of my first kind of introduction into like a dance person who had a life before dance, right?
Okay.
Because I just thought all these people just dance. That's what they did. Because that's what Lee did. I've known Lee since 18, and he's always danced.
Gotcha.
So I just figured everybody who's in this dance scene is just
that. You know, let's stop there for a second.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I feel like a lot of people feel that way, and it's like I think I told someone about like, oh, I need to get better. You know, dancing mambo, and then like and then I've seen these people. You know, I went to Mambo Land.
Yeah. And
I've seen these people that are freaking amazing. And then I told someone that story about, I want to get that good, and they're like, yeah, Steve, but you know, those people have been doing that stuff since they were kids. And I'm like, no, that's not true. That's not true at all.
Nah,
like
not at all, man.
Some people have put in mad time in a short window of like 10 years of consistent practice and have made it happen, dude.
For sure.
Have gotten that good.
For sure, man.
And a lot of people have regular jobs because it's hard to make money in this game.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
And it's like, I really appreciate you bringing that up.
There's only a few people that can really make it a career, right? There's only a few people that can do that. A lot of people, you have to do something ancillary to that. You got to have a studio, dance teams. You have to have some sort of other thing to supplement just being an artist, right?
Gotcha.
So many people it's their full-time job, and then they have a full-time job, and then they go and they dance and do the thing. So you're right, man. You put in the work. I mean, you really, really put in the work. You can do some phenomenal things.
Gotcha,
Which is proof into what I said the story before. Like for 1 year, I full-time, and then I danced, and I made it from like the student teams, the semi-pro team. And then eventually, like I said, I took over with Ataca. So yeah, you can definitely put work in and get to where you need to be. It's just it's tough.
No, it's a battle, man.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of things are like that, man. I mean, I think, man, I love watching Gary Vee.
Okay.
I love watching it. Yeah. He talks about, you know, there's someone out there that has like a Ninja Turtles, you know, Instagram page, and somehow, you know, they made like T-shirts off their Instagram page, and they somehow attract a big enough audience that they just, you know, live off the merch that they sell, you know, and that's just talking about drawings of Ninja Turtles, exactly. You know,
like what I was telling you before about my podcast. So my buddy Apple, he had a podcast, and it was about Batman, and so he did a podcast on Batman, and then the Dark Knight came out, and so he had the artist that drew the Dark Knight, or that was going to do the films, and he had him on this podcast, and it blew up. And so he had been going to Comic-Con, and the guys at Comic-Con were just like, hey man, that's that guy that has the podcast, and so we want to have him, we want to introduce him to this person, that person. So he started to get to know people, and then all of a sudden the owner was like, hey, you want to do a Comic-Con in San Antonio? He's like, we'll help you get it started, and he started Comic-Con in San Antonio. So it's just one of those things where, like, if you're passionate about something and you do something and you put in work and you do quality work, that can turn into something else.
Exactly. Yeah, you know, sure, you meet enough people, someone's like, hey, I want to do this, and you're like, oh, I want to do something like that too. And it's like, oh, let's figure out how to get in. And somehow it just works, you know?
Yeah, for sure. We so as far as that, I met Ataca, and then from that point on, we got pretty close, and I'll tell one other story with my girl Danielle. So like I said, I was fangirling big time over this guy, right? And I can't dance with him. He's dancing bachata. But my best friend Danielle was there, and I was like, yo, dance with him. You gotta dance with him. Like, he's awesome. She's like, who did? I was like, this guy Ataca. She's like, what's up, Ataca? What is that? Like, who's that? I'm like, no, he's good. Like, he's bomb. And so I push her. Like, I'm like, go dance with him. So she goes and dances with him, and they finish, and she's like, yo, yeah, he's bomb. And I'm like, I'm like, yo, give me a hug. Give me a hug. Because, I need to get some of that. Yeah, let me get some of that essence. I got some of that Ataca essence. Pretty sure, man, bro. So I'm like, yo, give me some of that. So then she's like, he's bomb. I was like, I told you, I knew it. So that's it. I started following him and dancing with him, and like, I just wanted to be on the teams. I wanted to do all this stuff. And so my best friend Danielle, just coincidentally, he needed a partner. Ataca needed a partner for his other guy, Rudy. And they had remembered Danielle dancing in Orlando with him, and they were like, what about that girl? So they asked Troy, hey, remember that girl from San Antonio or whatever? And we want to bring her in here to try out for the pro team. I'm like, what? Wow. The pro team? And she's like, cool. Yeah. So they bring her up there. She tries out. She's on the pro team. Danielle De Leon. You'll know who she is. Trust me. So you just dance. Look, she danced with Yamole. She danced Island Touch Pro. She danced with Old Mambo in the World Championships. She's from Houston, but she lives here in San Antonio.
Okay, gotcha. I need to look her up now.
Yeah, look her up, man. So she goes and dances with him, and then that's when we get close, because she's my best friend, and I meet them, and they're like, yeah, you're a cool dude or whatever. So they start this franchise stuff, right? So I feel like Island Touch started the franchises. Like, there was no franchises before Island Touch.
Like before, like, Ladina?
Yeah, none of that was around. Island Touch started their first franchise. They had a student team, kind of like you guys have, right? You have a student team here, you have a team here. It would be like if Dario and Yuki said, you know what, we're going to do a team in Houston.
Gotcha.
And then we're going to do a team in Florida and in New York. And so it's a concept of you get to share your choreographies with a lot of people around, right? So they started that, and they were like, we're going to do one in Houston. And I was like,
damn, I missed it by 3 hours.
Yeah,
man.
But you know me, I'm stubborn, and I was fangirling.
You're like, yo, you know that shit? That shit's really close to me. You sure you don't want to move a little bit closer to me?
I'm like, it's 3 hours. I work at 5.
I can be there by 8:30.
Get this, bro. So I drive. I do it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So I would drive on Wednesdays. I would get off of work. I would drive 3 hours.
Damn.
I would practice for 2 hours, and then I would drive back. I'd get home about 1 or 2, and that's the same thing we do here, right? We go out to 1 or 2, we go to work the next morning, right?
Correct.
So I said, for hours of sleep, it's not any different. The only difference is the drive.
Yeah.
So I said, it's really what I want to do, man. I really want to do it. So I did it. So Danielle helped me do that, and Jessica Garcia, who I mentioned before, she helped me do that. And that's it. I did that team in Houston, and then after Houston, I said, yo, I want to do one in San Antonio. So I said, can I do a franchise in San Antonio? And they were like, yo, we're down, man. Obviously, you did all the work, and you proved that you want to do it. So I took a bunch of private lessons, and then I started the teams in San Antonio.
Cool.
Then they gave me Los Angeles, so I had Los Angeles, and then I had Austin. So I had 3 franchise teams. I started teaching and doing choreographies, and that was it. So that's pretty much kind of where it ended. And then I did a salsa. I did 3 salsa festivals. Got into that, and then that was it. Then I just decided I'm gonna take a break and go back to work. That's what happened.
What salsa festival have you been to, man?
So all the salsa festivals. Let's see. I've gone to.
Which one's your favorite? Top 3. Let's do top
Oh, that's
3.
easy. As far as partying, Bachatu, Bachatu and Aventura, they're on another planet.
Bachateando?
Bachatu, no, Bachatu in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, okay.
So Island Touch did that for 3 years.
Okay.
They're bringing it back this May. So this May, I think second week of May, I think maybe. Bachatu is in the Dominican Republic and it's all inclusive. It's on the island. They have the biggest pool party I've ever seen in my life. They have a stage as big as BIG in San Antonio. Mm-hmm. They have that at the pool.
Bachatu?
So no, Aventura. So
oh yeah, Aventura. Yeah, you're not gonna be training. At least I would.
But the thing is, we're fortunate. So this is the thing is that we're fortunate because Lee and Oscar and the Houston Salsa Congress people, they bring good congresses to Texas where we get a lot of that headlining training.
Gotcha,
right?
Gotcha.
But if you're not in a city like that, when you go to Aventura, you're gonna make the time because you don't get the chance to dance with some of these artists. You don't get the chance to train with some of these artists. Mm-hmm. So some people go and they're like, no, I'm gonna put my money into training also.
Gotcha.
Because they're just unfortunate to not live in a city that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So I get us, like we want to party because we're like, we'll go train at BIG. I'll train in Houston. When I go, I'm gonna party. Mm-hmm. So definitely Aventura and Bachatu are my 2 favorite events for having a good time.
Okay. How about for training?
For actual dance, actual training. Again, we're fortunate. Houston Salsa Congress, and any of the BIG ones, right? BIG mm-hmm. San Antonio, San Diego, New York. Oscar Martinez puts on probably one of the best for training. Mm-hmm. Like he brings all the artists and he puts it specific around training. There's not a lot of partying. There's not a lot of pool parties. There's not a lot of after parties because he's there for you to train and dance, right? Mm-hmm. Another good one is Reno. Reno's a great one.
I heard Reno's really good.
I would put Reno and Chicago CSBF. And I would put DC Bachata on the 3. For me, those are the 3 that you get everything. They're good training because they bring all the artists, mm-hmm. but you also get to party. They're great parties there. Reno has the best production I've ever seen. They have 3 stages.
Oh, wow.
3 stages, right? And they go from one stage, and then after the show's over, they transition to the next stage, and after the show's over, so it's just constant. And then every 10 shows, he brings out all 10 of the people, because there's no clapping in between. You see one show, then the other show, then the other show, then the other show, and just like that. So then at the end of the 10, he brings them all out, and then you clap for all 10.
Wow, that's
And then he
cool.
does another 10. Yeah, and it's a huge production, like lighting, sound, music. It's incredible. So Reno definitely has the best production. DC has a great production as well, but I would say DC, Chicago, Reno for me are 3 of the best all around. Houston and any of the BIG.
The Texas ones are all pretty good.
No, they're great. Yeah, that's what I mean. We're biased here because we see such good training and such good artists here. Yeah. Like I said, Oscar Martinez, Lee Rios, and the Houston Salsa Congress people.
They're big too. They're huge.
So anything that BIG does is going to be a good training place. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, Bachatu and
Antonio Vet. What's your favorite place to eat?
Tommy's, no doubt. So Tommy's is a like a Tex-Mex kind of used to be a hole in the wall on Nagalito Street, mm-hmm. But now they have different franchises everywhere. And I go to the one on Wurzbach or I go to the one on Disabala. But it's Tommy's restaurant and it's famous for Big Red and barbacoa. Like that's their thing. And
Big Red and barbacoa.
Yeah, you come to San Antonio.
Taco spot.
Big Red and barbacoa, but it's Tex-Mex, so it's different than you're gonna get at like a taqueria or a Jalisco, because it's gonna be Tex-Mex. It's gonna be flour tortillas, potato and egg, chorizo and egg, barbacoa with guacamole on it, some Big Red to drink. Like that's it. That's me. That's San Antonio.
Okay, gotcha.
To me, that's Tex-Mex, and that's what I grew up on. So my favorite would be Tommy's for sure.
I like taquitos plus average.
I mean those are. I mean if you're talking like Jalisco tacos or street tacos.
Okay.
Yeah, West Avenue.
Jalisco tacos.
Like
street tacos and Jalisco tacos.
So
is that the same?
For me, anything Jalisco is gonna be more like Mexican style food, right? Mexican style.
Okay,
food.
gotcha.
Tex-Mex, it's gonna be a different type of food, man.
It's gonna be a different feel.
Yeah, for sure.
Like wait.
And then the street tacos are gonna be their own, right? They're gonna be smaller. They're gonna have like al pastor and stuff. You're gonna have a different feel, right? Mm-hmm. So to me, those are 3 different genres of like what we would call Mexican food.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's see. We covered congresses. We covered a little bit of your background.
Yeah.
What's your favorite place that you visited? Your favorite? Someone online said, "What's your favorite Disney movie?"
Disney movie.
You don't watch Disney movies?
I don't really. My daughter does, so I'm gonna probably say what I watch with her. My best memory of Disney films is gonna be Little Mermaid, man.
Little Mermaid?
That's her favorite, so that's what we watched about a billion times.
It is my favorite now.
It's my favorite now, whether I like it or not. So my daughter was like one or two, like that's all she would watch. She watched Disney, and so I'm gonna say that. I mean, I'll watch whatever's Disney, whatever. But as far as like the traditional ones, we just watched the new Maleficent. We just watched the one with Angelina Jolie, and that was incredible.
It was good.
Really good movie. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm into whatever Disney, but as far as like the traditional cartoons for Disney, I'm gonna say Little Mermaid.
You didn't get Disney Plus, did you?
You know, we just had that discussion.
You had the discussion?
Nah, we had the discussion. Me and my friend Arnold, we play a lot of PUBG. We game.
Yeah. And my girlfriend played PUBG.
Oh yeah, I'm on PUBG 24/7.
Yeah.
Any minute I can get on PUBG, I'm on PUBG for sure.
Oh, you hear that?
Yeah.
She's one of the ones that's
yo. Tell us her GT, man. We'll play. We got a whole crew. We got an online thing. We're like, we're getting on tonight. So we were just talking about that, the Disney Plus thing, and the advantage I was gonna get it for was the ESPN Plus comes with it.
Oh yeah. That is true.
Yeah, so it comes with that, and I think there's a package for Hulu and Disney Plus and ESPN Plus.
Wow.
But I just got Apple TV, the Apple one, and I'm watching the 2 series on there. I still got Netflix. I don't know. My daughter's kind of a little older, and she doesn't really watch them too much. She's more into like the Nickelodeon stuff, the Nick Teen stuff, or whatever. Yeah. So she's not really watching cartoons. But definitely, if I had another kid, I'd be on that quick.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because dude, they have all the old movies on there.
Yeah.
They have all the new Star Wars, and they also said that anything new that Marvel's coming out with, you're gonna have to watch the series on Disney Plus.
Oh wow!
And that is attached to the movie that is gonna come out in theaters. So like, if you didn't watch the series on Disney Plus, it won't make as much sense as if you watch the movie by itself.
Good marketing.
I was like,
good marketing,
wow.
bro. That's good marketing, bro.
Disney Plus is only $7 a month. So.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not trying to plug them or anything.
Sponsorship.
Y'all need to sponsor my channel, man.
Sponsor Steve needs a sponsorship
for real, man.
But yeah, I mean, eventually I might do it because I'm already up to here with Netflix. I've kind of watched everything there is.
Yeah.
Might get off of that. I had Hulu. I got off of that one, but now I'm on the Apple one. The Apple has a couple series that I'm watching now. So
gotcha. All right. And do you have any questions for me?
Nah, man. Oh, so what got you What got you here? That's my question. What got you here?
So I used to live in Denver. I was there for like 6 years.
Okay.
And that's actually where I started dancing salsa. And when I got this idea of like the Salsa Steve thing, like you know, when I first started dancing, I'm like, I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna learn how to dance. And then like, you know, I don't know if you ever heard of this lady called Edie, the salsa freak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She was my instructor in Denver. Mm-hmm. So she told me she traveled like all over the world, and like, man, we'll teach you salsa all over the world. You can convince me. So you know, she like shows me her website. She's been all over the place, you know. And I'm like, shit, man. I need to do this, so I get real into it, and I start training with her. Like, she was like my only friend for like a year, bro. You know, like every day she would be teaching me to do this, do that, blah blah. And you know, like after a while, you know, I'm like, man, dude, I need to figure out how to get better training because there's not that much training in Denver, and I'm like, I need to go somewhere where I'm able to like, you know, keep my job and have a better cost of living, you know, because Denver is really expensive. So
got it.
I was like, I'm gonna figure out maybe if I go down and also my brother lives here.
Okay.
So he's actually at Randolph.
Okay. Yeah, I know that.
He's in the Air Force. And so then I was like, you know, 2 birds, 1 stone. I get to be close to my family. I get to go to a place that's the lower cost of living.
For sure. Yeah.
So I could like see how far I could take this Salsa Steve thing.
Gotcha.
To see if I could build something, you know. Like, and then at the same time, you know, like. I think in the last couple, like 3 to 5 years, on the whole Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and I was like, oh, I can do this. I'm actually like I'm a tech person.
Okay.
Like I'm a software developer by trade.
Gotcha.
So I'm like really good with tech. Like if it can attach to a computer, I can attach to it. You know, I'm a machine for it.
All right.
So like, and I can learn like any software, whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, I think I could do that. You know, I might not be able to dance that good. You know,
yeah.
You know what? But that's gonna require some time. So
Yeah.
Well, we could just go to a school.
Exactly.
And then you know what's up?
What's that?
I just thought of this.
What's that?
So the other day, we had open house at San Antonio too with Dario.
Okay. Yeah.
And we went around, and I didn't even mention your name, but you one time we were at some club or something, and you mentioned Dario's name.
Oh, did I? Yeah.
You mentioned Dario's name.
Yeah,
You're like, Dario's trying to do some on-2 mambo stuff, and then I ended up going to his social because you told me that. And this was like, remember like the first couple times at Shenanigans?
Yeah. Middle spot.
Middle spot. And I remember I met you. You were one of the first people I met when I got here.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And you told me that, and dude, I ended up, and I've been stuck there ever since.
Yo, that's kind of what I had said, because I think I remember you said you were dancing on 2, or you wanted to dance on 2. And Lee traditionally teaches on 1, right? They're an on 1 school.
Gotcha.
I don't know if it's changed since then, because I'm kind of a little bit out of the scene, but they're traditionally on 1 school. So I had saw Dario kind of doing his thing, and I was like, yo, man, I really respect what they're doing, man. Like, San Antonio really needed an on 2 presence, because if we travel, because I traveled a while for about 2-3 years. I would perform, and I would travel, and I would teach at all these congresses. And when I started going, I was like, most people dance on 2. Like, I don't know for what reason, but most people are dancing on 2 outside of kind of San Antonio. And so I was like, yo, I like what Dario's doing, and I was like, you got to go over there. So it's a good thing, man. He's doing good things over there.
No, I love it over there, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
that's cool, man.
I mean, we train hard, though.
Yeah. I like that, too.
It's huge, dude. It's but it's really cool. It's like you train hard and you're kind of pissed off about it, but then like you see the progress, especially over the last year. Yeah. And he'd be posting like some videos of me just dancing like garbage from like a year ago.
Trash.
Yo, because they just record it, because they're always recording.
Yeah, man.
Like, yo, it's like you can see it, man. And when you can see it, because you don't see the day to day, but when you can see like the year difference.
Oh, yeah, man.
It's huge, dude.
Yeah, I look back at my old videos. I'm like, what was I doing, man? But I was fortunate, man. Like I said, I got to teach and I got to train around the country and do things. And I had my own festival. And I'm helping Alyssa Polyvon in Austin with her event. She's gonna have an Austin.
What's that event called?
I believe Austin Latin Dance Festival.
Latin Dance.
We went back and forth with Fest versus Festival, but I think the official name Austin Latin Dance Festival. So there used to be one called the Capital City, maybe about 7-8 years ago. It was a really good event. Really, it was an incredible event.
I had a man on here. He was talking about to me like there used to be more dancers in Austin than there used to be in San Antonio. It was huge over there for a while.
Capital City, and a lot of dancers were in Austin. So San Antonio really didn't blow up, in my opinion, until the BIG Festival started here. And obviously, Lee already had created a good group and a good core people, but I think that it blew up when BIG Salsa came, and then Lee got into his bigger studio. But right at the end of Bitters, or the Starcrest location, man, that thing was packed. Like the Mambo Tuesday or Tuesday, whatever, was it the Tuesday social at that location was like 200 people.
Wow.
Like on a Tuesday? Yo, man, that thing was packed.
Bro, that sounds like the biggest social thing we've heard, especially for a Tuesday, for like a midweek.
And his red and black used to be like 500-600 people, 800 people. It was packed, man. So I feel like this bigger location, he's getting back into that or whatever, and so he's always going to stay solid. But now that Dario's doing his thing too, that's going to help a lot. So I think San Antonio has some promise. I mean, especially with you younger dancers like starting to get out there and get a scene. Houston's always the dominant scene. Houston's always been good. Dallas used to be really good. They used to have kind of the best dancers in Texas for guys. But Austin was, and now Austin's kind of a little bit faded. But Fabian Bustos, he has Inspired Movement, so he's holding it down and doing his thing there. And hopefully he trying to get a newer studio, a bigger studio.
Gotcha.
And I think once he does that, I think it's gonna kind of go back to where it was. And with Alyssa bringing that Congress, I think that's going to do kind of what it did for San Antonio. It's just going to help that community. So it's a good thing, man.
All right. So, let's see. That's about all the questions I got for you,
Cool,
man.
Cool.
Unless there's anything else you want to add.
Nah, man. That was it. Nah, just keep doing your